This story follows a team of two, a dad and his son heading out into the wild with one simple plan: build a cabin from almost nothing. And what they're about to attempt is something most people wouldn't even try. They're building a livable off-grid cabin using mostly free pallet wood. There's no workshop, no proper budget, and no backup crew waiting off camera, just the two of them and a pile of reclaimed wood sitting in the open air. The base is already in place. Instead of going for deep foundations, they take a more practical route. Concrete blocks are brought in, paired with treated 4x4s to form a solid base. The pallets themselves are large, roughly 5 feet wide and 12 feet long, so they naturally dictate the scale of the structure. The flooring goes down quickly, because the pallet dimensions align well with the cabin layout. For the walls, tar paper is added first as a protective layer to block drafts and light gaps. The pallet boards are then mounted to form the walls. At this point, the project reaches an important milestone. For the first time, the structure actually looks like a building, rather than a collection of materials being assembled. With the floor in place and the walls standing, the outline of the cabin is now easy to recognize. There are still a few details to take care of, though. Small gaps remain around the corners where the walls meet, leaving openings for drafts, insects, and cold air. To seal everything up, spray foam is applied to fill those spaces. It's a simple fix, but it makes a noticeable difference, helping improve insulation while closing off areas that could become a problem later on. As the build moves forward, one issue becomes impossible to ignore. The original pallet walls turn out to be too short for comfortable everyday use, standing at only about 5 feet 3 inches tall. They decide to fix it properly. An additional knee wall section is built on top of the existing walls, extending the structure upward and giving the cabin much needed extra height. The change raises the walls to roughly 7 feet, creating a far more practical living space. The difference is immediately noticeable. Not only does the cabin feel more open inside, but the added height also allows for the installation of standard doors without awkward modifications. What starts as a small adjustment quickly becomes one of the most important improvements to the entire structure. With the wall height finally sorted out, attention turns to the front wall. This marks an important stage in the build, as the framing starts to connect the different sections into a single, more unified structure. As the front wall goes up, the cabin can be squared more accurately and adjusted where needed. Until this point, the build has been taking shape piece by piece, but now everything begins to line up more precisely. The structure feels sturdier, and the overall layout becomes easier to lock into place. To strengthen things even further, a double top plate is installed around the entire cabin. Running along the tops of the walls, it helps tie everything together while adding rigidity to the frame. It's one of those details that isn't especially noticeable at first glance, but it plays a major role in making the structure stronger and more stable as the build continues. When it comes time to support the roof, a sturdy ridge beam is put in place. They use materials they already have on hand. It's a practical choice that fits perfectly with the spirit of the build. Reusing existing materials helps keep costs down while giving new purpose to lumber that might otherwise sit unused. Once secured, the ridge beam stretches along the center of the cabin, forming the main support for the roof structure. With this key piece in place, the rest of the roof framing has a solid reference point to build from, helping everything stay aligned as the cabin continues to come together. Unlike much of the cabin, the rafters and roof sheathing are purchased rather than reclaimed. Time is becoming a factor, and when it comes to the roof, reliability takes priority. A solid, weatherproof roof is too important to compromise on, especially with colder conditions approaching. Each piece has to sit correctly to create a consistent roofline and ensure the load is distributed evenly across the walls. It's careful work, and small mistakes here could affect everything that follows. As more rafters go up, the shape of the cabin changes significantly. The rafters also serve another important purpose beyond supporting the roof itself. They establish the roof pitch, create the overhead space inside the cabin, and provide the framework needed for the roof sheathing. Once they're all in place, the entire structure feels noticeably more rigid and connected. With the skeleton of the roof completed, the sheathing can finally be installed. Like the rafters, these panels are purchased rather than salvaged. Time is becoming increasingly important, and a dependable roof is too critical to leave to chance. The goal is to get the cabin weathertight as efficiently as possible. As the sheathing goes on, another practical decision has to be made. The preferred choice would have been 5/8-inch boards, but only 7/16-inch sheathing is readily available locally. Rather than delaying the project while searching for different materials, they move forward with what they can get. That same approach continues through the whole build. Instead of stopping for perfection, they just keep moving and fix things as they go. Tar paper is added to the extended walls, rolled out, and nailed into place as a simple layer of protection. Then it goes up onto the roof and later onto the front wall as well, covering the surface and helping seal it from moisture. It helps shield everything from moisture and wind, closes up small gaps, and creates a more reliable barrier against the elements. It's basic work, but it does the job. Little by little, the cabin starts to feel more closed in and better protected from the weather. An unexpected opportunity comes up when they notice the ridge beam actually extends past the main structure of the cabin. Instead of trimming it back, they decide to work with what they already have. That extra length becomes the start of something new. They extend the roof forward, shaping it into a small porch area right at the front of the cabin. A pallet is built into the porch framing at the front of the cabin. Once aligned, it's secured to the front posts, locking it into the structure. Roofing materials are then added above, tying the extension into the rest of the cabin and starting to form a covered entry space. The extension needs to be tied into the main structure, so roofing material is carried forward to cover the new section as well. Boards are laid across the porch roof, following the same line as the main cabin, so everything blends together as one continuous surface. Each piece is fixed down step by step, closing off the open frame and giving the porch its first real protection from above. The next step is covering the entire roof with shingles. It's the final outer layer that will actually protect the cabin from rain, wind, and changing weather. One by one, the shingles are laid down across the surface, starting from the bottom edge and working upward. Each row overlaps the one below it, creating a tight, layered pattern that helps water run off instead of getting inside. Underfoot, the porch needs extra attention. Pallets on their own aren't strong enough for regular walking, so additional boards are installed perpendicular to the surface. This reinforcement spreads the load and makes the deck far more stable. The cabin starts to look much closer to finished as the windows are installed. It's a lucky find. Vinyl windows were picked up for just $20 in total, which helps keep the build budget low. Later, a door is added to finish things off. It's bought for around $80. The structure is now secure, closed off, and starting to feel like a real livable space. Up to this point, most of the work has been about creating a weather-tight shell. Now the attention shifts to making the space functional and comfortable. One of the biggest interior projects is the loft. To stay true to the low-cost nature of the build, it's constructed using boards and components taken from disassembled pallets. The loft adds much more than just extra floor space. It creates a dedicated sleeping area while leaving the lower level open for day-to-day use. Despite the cabin's compact size, the loft is built large enough to accommodate several people, typically 3 to 4 sleepers at a time. That extra capacity reflects the cabin's intended purpose. This isn't designed as a private getaway for one person. It's meant to serve as a shared hunting and camping base, a place where friends and family can gather, spend the night, and have a comfortable shelter after a long day outdoors. The space beneath part of the loft is put to good use. Using the loft support structure as a starting point, a small bathroom is framed in. Even though the room is compact, it makes the layout much more practical. A window helps make the small space feel brighter, more comfortable, and better connected to the outdoors. Reclaimed wood from an old stockade fence is brought in and given a new purpose inside the cabin. The weathered boards are installed across the interior walls, covering the framing and gradually transforming the space. It's another example of making the most of available materials. After the bathroom walls are sided, attention turns to the entrance. Rather than purchasing a pre-made interior door, they decide to build one themselves, using rough boards already available on site. It's a choice that fits perfectly with the rest of the project, where reclaimed materials and practical solutions take priority over expensive upgrades. There's nothing decorative about it. The focus is on making something functional that matches the rustic character of the cabin. Once the door is hung, the small room immediately feels more complete. This addition brings a sense of privacy and makes the layout feel more organized. The siding continues. Every board that goes up covers another piece of exposed framing, slowly turning the rough structure into a finished living space. The wood itself comes from different sources, and no two boards look exactly the same. Some are darker, some lighter, and many carry the marks of their previous life. Instead of trying to hide those differences, they're left visible, giving the interior its own character. The change is subtle at first, but with each section completed, the interior becomes more recognizable as a place where people can actually relax, eat, sleep, and spend time together after a long day outdoors. What was once an empty place is slowly turning into a comfortable base camp, a place to come back to after hunting, hiking, fishing, or simply exploring the surrounding woods. Cabins like this often serve a purpose beyond the people who build them. Out in remote areas, a simple shelter can be a welcome sight for anyone caught in bad weather needing a safe place to spend the night. Over the years, an unwritten code has developed around places like these. The idea is simple. If you use the cabin, you treat it with respect. Leave it clean, take care of anything you use, and leave it in at least as good a condition as you found it. For a dad and his son, this cabin stands as a reminder of the time spent working side by side, solving problems together, and creating something with their own hands. The finished structure provides shelter, but the memories made during the process are just as valuable. What makes this place special is that someone had an idea, put in the effort, and refused to give up when things got difficult. And long after the tools are put away, the cabin will continue to serve its purpose. It will welcome and provide shelter to anyone who might need it. Seasons will come and go, but the cabin will remain quietly waiting among the trees. If you enjoyed watching this build come to life, there's more on the way. Subscribe to Macarium, stay tuned for the next project, and share your ideas in the comments. We might bring them to reality.